First time I'm casting a game. Maybe the last time. Pretty much just for Ben and Tim. We'll see what happens. I mean, the issue is you can't really watch replays like the standard way where you just download the file online. And I don't know, this is a way to sort of get around that and also share some additional information. So with that said, Mongol versus Mongol matchup, mirror match. The first interesting thing is the Uvu placement and the town, well, rather the town center placement next to the Uvu. So what's kind of interesting is I chose to do right between the tree line and my Uvu, which is ideal. It gives me the opportunity as the Mongols to do double villagers if I want to. Now double villagers are really expensive. You can see it's right here. It's 50 food and 124 stone. Now I'm slowly accumulating stone. You can see it's I guess it ramps up in the beginning. I'm not really sure, but yeah. Maybe once it's reached a single minute, it'll steady. But your Uvu produces stone. You can't get it anywhere else. You can only have one Uvu at a time. The rate at which it gets stone is increasing every single age. So going over to the other player, he did not do, you know, where there's bilateral symmetry on all these maps, right? Like roughly enough. He could have put his town center next to the tree line and his Uvu, but he did not. He put it next to the gold and the tree line, which actually is not the worst decision ever. No matter how you do it, you need to figure out how to get your TC between two resources, whether it's trees and sheep, or in this case trees, gold and sheep, or in my case trees, sheep and stone. And he goes early hunting, researching hunting. You know what's funny is I thought I was like the only guy doing this, but it turns out that I'm actually way slower to it than he is. Sometimes I go right for it, but this time, I mean the issue is you have to build a second Gare, but in this case, since his gold is right next to his town center, he can make his Gare, his only Gare that he starts out with, go to the nearest deer. And honestly, I might steal this idea because it's pretty good, and I'm not actually going to take advantage of the double villager production. I'm going to save all the stone up to double my military production when I hit feudal. And that's meta right now. You know, you get 2 Keshiks the second you hit feudal, and it really doesn't make sense to do double villager production. I mean, you could, I don't know, get like maybe 2 extra villagers by the time you hit feudal, and then what? I mean, you have a slightly better economy, but the other guy has twice as much military. At least in a Mongol mirror match, it makes no sense. You want to get your... I mean, I guess you could have your 2 extra villagers getting wood and potentially make more structures, but again, 2 villagers isn't going to be enough of a difference to lay down double stables or something like that. And you need that 150 wood, and you need to be able to quickly build 2 Keshiks. Now, since it's a Mongol mirror, there's an interesting decision that you think about. It's like, do I really, do I want to go Keshiks? I could hard counter him with spears. Yeah, but spears aren't that mobile. It really, it just seems like it's not the way to go. So that's not what I choose, but I was definitely thinking about it. You can see he's done a decent job getting sheep. Let's turn the fog away. Actually, let's go into caster mode. Put the resource, the gatherers on each side. So he's got 10 on food. I started building my second landmark, or my first landmark, so I have 4. 4 is a very normal number. It's kind of like the meta to just have 4 on it. He has 3, he had 2. You only need 4 villagers on food to maintain a constant production of villagers if you're not getting anything else with food. That's the bare minimum to keep making villagers. So that's what I'm doing. while switching to wood, because I need the 150 wood to make a stable. You can see I went for deer stems. Currently, deer stems is just far and away the better choice, because that speed is just fucking amazing. And it used to, the silver tree was basically overpowered. It made your traders way cheaper. They were like faster, some bullshit like that. And there was no reason not to get the silver tree, and then they nerfed it a little too hard. Now what he would do is use this essentially as his market, and he'll have to move it to the other side over here because his market's right there. By the way, if I did not know anything about the map and I just saw his market, I can already know that my market is going to be in the opposite corner right here, just because of the bilateral symmetry. I could be wrong. Maybe there's cases where it could have symmetry against like a different axis, and my market, the neutral market appears at the top, but I believe it's actually symmetry against the north to the south line. Yeah, and you can see the market's not there. So I know where I need to build my market, and I will always be building a market very quickly, way before I get a second town center, because it's Mongols, you're going for map control. You really want to, you know, get that extra gold. You can get a second town center, but it's 900 wood, and it's a huge investment. And you know, if you're doing everything right as the Mongols, you really should be able to control that trade line. So something funny with the Khan that I didn't even mention. He was just like harassing my villagers, and I was just swapping them in and out. So like you can see on the wood line, these two have like basically no health. They were getting gold, and his Khan was just attacking them. And instead of having all my villagers like fruitlessly attack the Khan that they can't catch up to, I was just swapping them out as they got lower health. And that way, you know, you still have the same amount of miners on gold. You lose a little bit of mining time, but nothing that crazy, honestly. See what he's up to. Alright, so he's moving his silver tree to become his market. He's continuing to harass with the Khan. That's something I'll keep in mind, Khan harassment, but it really doesn't do that much, and it's easy to thwart. I mean, this guy does 3 damage, right? Whereas I'm over here fucking shit up. So I just killed, that was at least 1 villager down. It shows that I've killed 2 of his units, so it looks like I killed 2 villagers over here. Something about this map that's interesting is you're basically forced to go down the middle, and then each player has kind of a more preferable back route. So for Teal, it's easier for him to go to the left and kind of sneak to the back of my base and like raid me from there, so that's something I have to pay attention to. And then it's easier for me to control the right and then sneak over to his base, interrupt his trading, that sort of thing. You can see the Khan is cleverly hidden in the trees. The only reason I'm able to attack back is because I'm literally being attacked. The stealth trees are very real. Alright, so why do I attack Azuvu? Because it's the furthest thing from his town center that's accessible right now. I don't know about the silver tree. I don't want to get attacked by his town center. It's just light pressure. He needs the Uvu. He can build another one, but it's 150 wood. I'd rather go after his production, to be honest, but it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. So I'm hunting. We both have wheelbarrow, super critical as the Mongols, especially when you're hunting for your wood lines as well. Oh yeah, deer stones. Economic upgrade. Low key, right? Because my lumberers are walking faster, 15% faster. So I have a Keshik archer comp, and he has spears Keshiks. Makes sense. I think archer Keshik is just going to be stronger because you can kite around and shouldn't have to face the spearmen. Emphasis on shouldn't, but you know, obviously if he has good micro, it's something you're going to have to work on. This guy's micro, I mean, keep in mind we're both golds, you know. It's not the worst. He keeps trying to kite me back to the town center, which, I mean, that makes sense. I'm building an outpost to defend my gold. The outpost can't attack until you upgrade it. As the Mongols, it takes 50 stone, so you're going to have to use some of that precious stone that you only get from your Uvu. But in the meantime, it can hold 5 villagers, which, as you can see here, I have 9. So, really isn't the best solution. I should either have 2 towers or, you know, maybe less villagers. But honestly, I'm using it just as much for sight as for anything else, because let's get the Fog of War and switch to me. This thing sees far, right? Like as soon as he gets to about here, my deer stones is here. I can hopefully get some guys produced and over to there, garrison some villagers. Some of them go back to the town center, and as the 5 or 4 that go back to the town center go, I can have military going to meet their military and hopefully protect the villagers at the same time. So the outposts are very much about sight as much as garrisoning. I will say when they're garrisoned though, 5 villagers can fuck shit up, especially in the early game. So it looks like I kind of, you know, got the lay of the land, figured out what he was doing. He's going for a second town center. He's got trade going. He should be able to beat me economically right now, because he essentially is making economic units with 3 buildings, right? He's got triple economic production, 2 TCs and 1 market. And I just have 1 TC and a market. But he had to spend 900 wood. So hopefully I would have the bigger army. This is the moment where now that I've seen that town center, I have to make the best of this. I have to do something. Or make my own second town center, but even that's not the best move because he already has the jump start. It's a subtle advantage, but he would have already been able to produce, like, you know, 2 or 3 villagers by the time I even get my second town center. And I don't think I'm anywhere close to a second town center. If you look at my wood, that's just not happening, and I've clearly opted to go for military. So I used the COD's ability. Where's that guy? Did they kill him already? Oh no, here he is. Signal arrows. Oh, and he's dead. But it basically increases your attack by, I think it's like 50% for 5 seconds or something. It's pretty awesome. And he gets a new one of those signal arrows each age. So it's like, I think it's attack range and oh man, look at these archers trying to delay the inevitable. I have 3 Raxes. If they could just get out spears. And there's the first one. The other 2 are producing. What are these stupid villagers? Oh no. Oh my god, I hate when this happens. So Mongols are great and all, and they're a lot smoother than when they first came out. It used to be like a pain in the ass to play him. Like the moving of the buildings and everything was super awkward. Now it feels pretty clean, but there is one caveat. If your building runs into anything, it could be a villager that it's on top, it could be a berry, it could be anything. It just won't unpack and it'll just sit there. And my poor villagers are just going all the way back to the town center. And I don't even know when I noticed this, but this is a real problem. And I've made a note to myself to, you know, just always check that thing. Alright, let's see what upgrades are going on. Again, you can see the upgrades here. I have piercing armor, which actually makes no goddamn sense. Wow, way to get like the only oh no, it's increased range damage. Okay, no, I do have the right upgrade. Okay, yeah, so I upgraded my archers. That's an extremely effective upgrade to take his spears out quickly. And then let the Keshiks fight the Keshiks with focus fire on Keshiks with my additional archers that he does not have right now. And he is trying to get melee damage on, I mean, that makes sense too, right? His spears and his Keshiks. This is retarded too. Please change this, devs. Like, you just have to deal with these random wolves, and like they don't actually really do enough damage to like be worth even attending to. So you just hear like the attack indicator going off all game. I personally just get so annoyed with the noise that I'll send somebody in there to stop it. I think I had, look, see, I guess you can't see the dead wolves, but I think there were two up here that I, you know, sent to the farm. They were taken care of. They were taken care of well in Valhalla. But yeah, he's putting up with that. Alright, what else do we got going on? So yeah, I'm getting the rest of the blacksmith upgrades. You can see we're racking them up. Eco upgrades, I got lumber. Little thing about the eco upgrades, always get the military upgrades first. They take a while to pay off, and other than, like, I would say wheelbarrow is kind of situational too. If you're the Mongols, it's obvious because you're you know, if you're hunting, you're moving back and forth a lot. If you're getting trees, you're moving back and forth a lot. Those are great cases for wheelbarrow. If you're really you know, like stone and gold oriented, or you're just farming immediately, I don't know that wheelbarrow is gonna make sense for you to get for a while. Alright, so let's talk economy. We're actually, you know, this is interesting. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. I mean, he's got that second town center. Oh, he moved it. Okay, so he decided he's gonna have it over here. I think that's a sensible move. Lets him protect his trade a little bit. It lets him guard his left flank. Although there's still this big spot, so I feel like it would have made sense maybe on the far right, since there's only one little spot he can come through. Or sorry, I can come through. Yeah, I'm taking out some villagers. If you look at the just overall kill count, I've killed 11, he's killed 6, so I must be trading well enough. But you can only take, I mean, so this is how the town center works. You can hover over here. It's got its base attack, which is 8 bow range. That means, and look at the attack speed. So it's constantly just sending this one. See that one arrow shooting out, or it might look like a few arrows, but it's one arrow. And his villagers just left, so you can't see them. But then each villager has a much longer attack that does, I think it was like 7 damage or something. But there's 15 of them, so you really do a ton of damage. Alright, here I'm raiding his trade. Yeah, I mean, with Mongol versus Mongol, I feel like honestly the person who's going to win is the person who has the better trade, or can stop the other person's trade, like full stop. Number of town centers and all that matter, but the thing is when you get to castle, suddenly the focus shifts from food and wood to gold. Not stone, because stone is just, it's always subtly just gathering in the background for Mongols, but for other civs it would be stone as well. You also need stone for your 350 stone second TC, obviously. Man, you guys attack. But you need gold for all the armored units. You know, spears cost 60 food, 20 wood, but look at men-at-arms, 20 gold. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it adds up. And same with the Keshiks. Those are actually a lot of gold, 80 gold. Any sort of cavalry, armored cavalry is going to be a lot of gold. And you really, I mean, especially as the Mongols, like, you don't want to go around mining gold. You can't really protect resources that well. Then again, you can't really protect a trade route that well either, but at least with the trade route, I mean, it's stable. You know that it's not just like gold mines exhaust and you got to keep moving up, and at least with this, you know, you can make some calculated decisions. Like for instance, it looks like I'm building a, let's see what's going on over here, still going after, oh, is that his con? He's going down. Oh, poor bastard. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna let him go on like that. That just won't do. Yeah, so I'm protecting my flank with this outpost, and by protecting I mean getting sight so I can see if someone tries to run over to my trade. I'll probably do something on the other side at some point. Again, neck and neck with the scores. I mean, economy, he's doubling my food. What is he doing with his food? Oh, he's just, yeah, he's got a good pasture set up. A lot of sheep gatherers. God damn. Yeah, 20, 41 on sheep? At least 34 right here. Oh, okay, and then some over here. Man, that is wild. Okay, I brought my deer stones with me. I'm gonna, you know, start exerting some pressure. You really kind of want to create this tight chokehold around their entire base. You know, if you're doing stuff right as the Mongols, you should just like kind of create this parameter around them where they just can't get out and just strangle them. It's a little bit weird against another Mongol player because again they also have mobility. I mean, he could be like raiding with these guys. That must be things. Oh, okay, and he got his first mangonel, and that was a good hit. Yeah, so he hit the castle age. I just hit soon after. I mean, there was pressure to do that because then the calculus changes, right? Like my spearmen suddenly aren't going to work against Keshiks if he has a mangonel, not nearly as well. I need my own siege. Specifically, you want Springolds. Those guys have like almost like 50% more range than mangonels, and they take them out in like, it's like 2 hits, maybe 3. Speed things along a little bit. Alright, so I'm just not gonna let him get a hit in. Gotta close in on the siege immediately, of course. Again, the second tier of blacksmith upgrades. Some Mangudai. These guys are kind of like mini battle cruisers. They can fire while they're moving. It's really good for kiting things like men-at-arms, which in the feudal age, if English and HRE have men-at-arms, the only civs that can get it, they can really, I mean, you can just have all the archers in the world, and it's really difficult to deal with them. Mangudai are a much better solution, which you also get in feudal. You can just run and gun, baby. Run and gun. Alright, so he's got the healing landmark. I also have the healing landmark. I think it's just a really good landmark. The other one lets you gather Okay, let's see. I am thinking about relics finally. You would hope. I mean, they're all over the map. So the thing about relics is it's a lot of gold. It's like I think it's 80 gold a minute per relic, and then a lot of civs have like additional bonuses. HRE is the obvious one, but a lot of civs have bonuses. Like there's a technology I can research in Castle that lets me get 50 food and wood with the with each relic, and then in Imperial I can get another 50 stone. So you know all that passive income is going to let you make less villagers, which means more population out of your 200 cap towards military. And same thing with the economic upgrades. I will say the Imperial economic upgrades are so goddamn expensive, you really gotta know what you're doing. You know, they're each like 700 gold and like 500 of some other resource. And it takes like a few minutes to pay off, so yeah, you don't just begin them all willy-nilly. Unlike the blacksmith upgrades, you get all those. University upgrades, same thing. The university is super powerful. Each upgrade is like increases the health of cavalry by 20%. Like holy shit, you gotta get that. That's way more than just like +1 attack. Yeah, I mean that would, if someone didn't know about the university and the other person had it in Imperial, that's how the game's gonna be decided. All right, so he's going to Imperial. I mean, he's only got 118 of his cap. Like I would max out, you know, get to 200, make something happen. Here's me raiding. That's the other thing. Why are you playing Mongols, dude? You don't even raid. I know we're golds, but like that's literally what your civ does. Like, and the weird thing is he's playing them like Mongols. I mean, he knows all about the Uvu, he knows about the pastures, all these unique features that are a little bit unwieldy for someone who's not used to them. Yeah, I you know, part of it's probably psychological. I've been the aggressor, right? Like I kind of set that understanding up from the beginning. All right, so I have my own Mongol. He has his own archers. That's perfect for me. We'll take that. He's got trebuchets. Why the fuck would you? The thing with trebuchets is like they're good against static, like unmoving defenses. When I say static, I mean ones that can't move. But like if he's attacking like my landmark or whatever, I can literally just pack it up and move it. In this case, I just, you know, killed his trebuchets. The other thing is Mongols get unique trebuchets, uniquely shitty. They're just really cheap, and you can make them faster, but they're much weaker. Now, of course, the flip side of that is you can build them on the battlefield. By the way, you can build any siege weapon on the battlefield as Mongols once you research a particular technology. What is it? I think it's in the blacksmith. Yeah, improved siege engineering. It's 175 stone, and then you can make but you have to, any of these improved technologies, you have to be next to your Uvu to get them. So what ends up happening is you kind of center around your Uvu, and if your Uvu's not in a good spot, you move it. So like this one is, you know, worked out well enough, but I mean actually it's in a really good place. There's no reason to switch right now. Am I gonna lose this landmark? Does he take a landmark from me? It's a good one to take out, so you know, stop me from healing. Alright, my trebuchets are alright, this game's over. You guys can see where this is going. I'll just speed through the rest of it. I don't want this video to like last, you know, forever. I really want to give like some useful tips. And this is another gold thing, like gold players don't resign for whatever reason. No matter what RTS they're playing, they just like waste everyone's time and don't spend time getting better themselves. I don't know, it's a thing. Golds will be golds. So I'm just gonna kill both of his landmarks and just end it that way. Thank God for the landmark victory condition. Don't have to look at all this crap. He's trying to make us get for an hour. No, we're not gonna have that. GG. WP.